Our first question comes from Bruno A. Bruno says, first of all, your material should be obligated for everyone in school. Bruno, we appreciate that. Thank you so much. Bruno's 40 years old and said that he's very excited about the opportunity of potentially buying a duplex, a triplex, or a quadplex, but he doesn't really know where to start. He says, where can I find it? Is it better to buy them new or old? What kind of loan should I consider? How much cash flow can I expect on a monthly basis, etc., etc. Robert, I don't really know much about this, so I'm gonna let you answer this one.
Yeah, so to get started, you really could just go to Zillow, put in an area that you're interested in buying and start, going through the filters, learning the process and just really peruse the site and look for deals. But you can also join some Facebook groups that are local that are for real estate investors. You can learn a lot that way and just really dig in and understand what areas nearby are gentrifying and growing. Where's that new big facility being built? What's really happening? I look for cranes. I look for new street lights. I look for new roads because that's where all the development's going to happen. And just start there. As far as how to finance it, there is an incredible program, one of the best ones ever created that was just launched November 18th. So your timing is perfect. It is the Fannie Mae 5% down program. And what that means is you can buy up to $1.3 million of a property, up to 4 doors. So like duplex, triplex, or quadplex. And the criteria is less than even an FHA loan. So this is a great place to start. Get on Zillow, start looking around, figure out your budget of what you can spend on this based on your income, but also that 5% down that you're going to need plus closing costs. And then really narrow in on the best area to select a property and get those at bats. I always talk about reps. You're not going to buy the first property you find, but you're going to learn from it. You're going to get those at bats and really understand the best property for you and what the numbers mean to you so you understand what you're looking at. And this Fannie Mae mortgage is incredible because if you think about it, you could live in one of the doors, rent out the other 3 doors or the other 2 doors or 1 door, and have your mortgage essentially paid for while you're building wealth through this property with capital appreciation, depreciation, and also that cash flow. So that's how I would start. That's how I tell everyone to start, and just keep it simple. Find a good property in a growing area, and it could even be a fixer-upper because those are where you're going to get the most upside potential. Because if you buy something that somebody else just renovated, a lot of times all the profit for the first couple of years is going to be built in because you're going to be paying top dollar. So that's my takeaway. Austin, if you have anything to add, that'd be great.
Yeah, I'm just kind of curious, Robert. Like, let's say that this person does go through and they're ready to start interviewing tenants. How do you go about like finding tenants? I mean, your tenant is essentially living in the same building as you. You got to make sure they're pretty good. How would you, if you were just starting this for the first time, go about finding a tenant, making sure that they're legit, things like that?
I really like Rent Prep and eRenter, but most of these softwares and platforms that you can use are really good. So pick one that you like the best, but it's really all about doing the legwork and doing the screening. You can even take it as far as when you use one of these platforms, also get references. You can still do that. You can go to their social media and say, hey, I want to poke around on their social media, see what kind of content they're creating. Who are they hanging out with? What kind of person they are? And then if you want to really, really go old school to be sure of a tenant, before you sign anything, when they do their first visit, walk out to their car. I know this sounds odd, but just do a real casual walk by of their car and peek in the window. If you see a lot of garbage in the back seat, the car's dirty inside, they don't take care of it, that's a pretty good indication of what they're going to do to your property and how they're going to live. So just keep that in mind. There's a lot of ways to really dive in to figure out what good tenants are. It starts with the technology and ends with the car walk around, in my opinion.
Very interesting. Okay. I had no idea, but it sounds like Bruno A has now the entire playbook. So thanks for the question, Bruno.